Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be making this beautiful off-shoulder dress with gathers. Watch to the end, guys. So I started by marking my startup line. As is an off-shoulder, I subtracted 7 inches from my pattern. Okay, then I marked my bust point and my waist. Then added 1 inch for the joining. Okay. And I drew the points together. I joined the points. After that, I took my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. Okay, I took that for my waist, my bust point, and my chest line. The first measurement I took is now my chest line. The 7 inches I came down with is now my chest line. So I connected the 4 inches together. That's the my nipple to nipple. Then on my waist, I went in by half inch and came out by half inch. Then I connected it to my bust point, as you see me do. On my chest line, I took 1 inch after the 4 inches. Okay, you see what I did? I took 1 inch after the 4 inches that I took from my nipple to nipple and then connected it to my bust point. And I took my, right now I'm taking my measurements, my bust measurements. I replaced the 1 inch dart and then took 1.5 for my allowance. My bust point, I also did the same thing, my bust measurements. But you don't really need the measurement since you have already taken your bust measurement or your chest line. Then my waist, I will just take my waist measurement, replace the dart and take my allowance. Then I connected the points together. You see how simple it is. It's not difficult to draft. So I came out by 2 inches. You can actually draw your armhole dart, from that dart instead of coming out by 2 inches. But you know these are no shoulder and it doesn't have any sleeve. So you don't have to come down too much. Okay. You can actually start from the dart to just like draw it just the same way I did. But you don't have to come to down to the bust point because it doesn't have sleeve. That's why I didn't come down very well. Okay. But if your own is having sleeve, you draw it like an armhole. But since it's not having sleeve, there's no need to actually make an armhole for sleeve when you know you're not adding any sleeve to it. You understand? So I'm cutting off the pattern right now. And see how simple it is. It's not complicated. Then I'm cutting off that slant I made. Just a small slant. Okay, this is for the front. So for the back, you know the back doesn't have bust. So I'm just going to almost repeat the same thing I did for the front. I subtracted 7 inches, mark my bust point 10 inches, and then my waist added 1 inch allowance. Okay. So I did almost what I did at the front, just little difference from the front one. And the back is going to have a zipper, so I added my 2 inches zipper allowance. You can do 1.5, depending on what you are comfortable using for your zipper allowance. Okay. Then I took my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. Okay. When you divide it 4 inches, I took it on my waist, my bust point, and my chest line and draw the point. Then my waist, I took half inch, and on my chest line, instead of 1 inch I did for the front, I did half inch because I don't need to tighten it that much. Okay, that's why I did half inch instead of the 1 inch I did for the front. So I connected my dart point, and then I took my bust measurement on my chest line, replaced the half inch and added my allowance. Same thing I did for the waist. Took my waist measurement, replaced the 1 inch dart and added my allowance. Then I connected the points together. See the only difference now between the front and the back, just in the dart and then adding zipper allowance. Okay, I also did the same thing I did in my front. I came down by 2 inches. No, I didn't really take the measurement I came down with, but you can actually do 1 inch. So for the back is not going to, the back is coming down more than the front. So that's why I put the front so that I can get where the arm of the front stops. Okay. And then I use a ruler to draw it straight because the back is coming down more and it doesn't have any armhole too. It doesn't have armhole. So that's why I just did what I did so that the back and the front will match after I'm done joining and everything. Okay. This coming down will make the back to sit well. It's not make it to be that high because you know it's an off shoulder, so it will come down and be beautiful. So I'm cutting down the dart right now. Would have cut off that inches I came down with for the back, but I can still do it after cutting off the dart and all of that. So right now I'm cutting it off. Okay, and the other side I'm also cutting it off. So the back and the front is no longer the same length because the back is coming down more than the front. Are you seeing it? When you join it now, the back length on the joining part is the same, but on the center, the back is shorter than the front. Okay, do you understand? So that is it for the upper part. So this is the down part where there is curve and where you're going to attach your gathers to. Okay, so since my upper part is 16 inches, so I'm subtracting 16 inches from this and then I mark 25 inches. 25 inches includes the joining allowance. Okay, that means after joining it to get 24. I also took my waist measurement. I added the 1.5, and on my that 25 inch, I took my hip measurement and added 1.5 too, and connected it to form my hip curve. Okay, so I took my nipple to nipple measurement on my waist and on my hip. You can actually do 5. It depends on how you want it to be. Then I went up by 2 inches. Okay, then connected it like you see the way I'm doing it. You can do 5 inches and still connect it this way. Then this side I came up by 4 inches from the 25 inches. Okay, you can actually make it to be the same width, like the same 2 inches I came up with the other side. I'll do it I don't want it to be this thing, it's just the way you want it. There's no like it must be like this. You can do 2 inches here and also do 2 inches on the joining allowance. Okay, but here I came up by 4 inches. Okay, so this is it, and I'm cutting it now. You see how simple it is. It's not even difficult. It's not difficult. A beginner can cut this and sew it neatly. Okay, so this is it for the front. Okay, you see how beautiful it is looking. So this is it. If you want it to be more than 4 inches, you can do 5 inches, you can do 6 inches, based on what you want. So for the back, you just add zipper allowance and cut the same thing you have at the front. And then you join. When you finish joining, you must have calculated the length of your dress. So the remaining length is what you're going to use and cut your gathers. Okay, and when you sew it, you sew the gathered part on this one. Okay, you see how simple it is. If you have watched to this point, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.